Everybody, is Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast. And, I always think it's a privilege when, a lot of these bigger YouTube channels can have one of the greats to come on the platform for an interview. And that brings us to the PBD podcast, Patrick David Bet. Patrick Bet David, sorry. And look, man, I think he's done a lot of great interviews, and I like him. I like him from PBD and also Valuetainment. So he does a lot of great interviews. And I was actually shocked that when he did an interview with Scottie Pippen, man, it was horrible. Probably one of the worst sports interviews that I can remember. And I'm not gonna play any clips from the interview, but I will provide a link to the full interview so you can watch for yourself. But just my takeaway from it was just like Patrick just came off as like a big Jordan fanboy, and he asked so many questions about Michael Jordan, and it just kind of like just set the tone for the interview off, and it just wasn't good. Immediately, it just seemed like Scottie Pippen was not interested and just want to keep talking about Michael Jordan, and look, like Scottie Pippen, I get it. Everybody wants to call him the sidekick to MJ and everything, but Scottie Pippen, if you want to call him a Robin or a sidekick, he's one of the greatest sidekicks in NBA history, one of the greatest Robins in NBA history. And even when Jordan took his time away from ball, Pippen still played well, was able to still lead the team to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So Pippen, great player, and it just and it sucks because for newer generations that want to get to know more Pippen, it'd been nice to get to know more about Pippen's just personal backstory, his basketball backstory, what's made him a great defender. What was his thoughts on just having Phil Jackson as a coach and everything, and even post like when he was in his latter years when he played in Portland. And there's just so many things that could have been asked about Scottie Pippen to just get him away from Jordan and get to know him, right? I mean, this is why Pippen probably doesn't like to do a lot of interviews, because everything is always going to be tied back to Michael Jordan. As if Scottie Pippen's whole career, it sucks for him because he got to play along with one of the greatest players to have ever played the game, or arguably people say the greatest player to have ever played the game. But I mean, Scottie Pippen wasn't just, along for the ride, great player in his own right, and it's just been nice to just kind of hear basketball Bulls talk without so much Jordan glazing. And Patrick just missed the boat on this, man. It got awkward. This interview got awkward at so many levels, man. And I felt bad for Scottie Pippen. I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? A Jordan question here or there, fine. But I mean, oh my God, what was Michael Jordan's best friend on the team? Or do you know any of Michael Jordan's best friends? You know what I'm saying? Is there a better chance of Charles Barkley and Jordan having dinner compared to you and Michael Jordan having dinner or whatever? It was a lot of weird, bizarro questions as it relates to Jordan. And it's like Pippen was just the proxy guy there. This is as close as Patrick will get to Jordan. So let's go ahead and use this opportunity to just ask everything Jordan instead of having a real deep dive interview with Scottie Pippen. And maybe Scottie Pippen has done those, but it'd been nice to just have a newer one, and that newer generations who know of Jordan, know of Pippen, and get to really know Pippen, and that he was just more than a sidekick. He was a great defender, great on-ball defender, can defend all multiple positions. Really good player, man. Very good player. And it's just I hate interviews like this. Everybody knows that there's no love lost between MJ and Scottie Pippen. It seemed like that friendship is pretty much over and done with. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna bring him on, okay, Scottie Pippen's moved on. Why keep bringing up Jordan? Okay, I know Scottie Pippen, he gets some fault in the past of, every time he would speak publicly, he would mention Jordan here and there. But I mean, it seemed like the past couple years he's quiet that. Okay, he's moved on. Okay, and if you're gonna be having Pippen, a guy like Pippen, a great basketball Hall of Fame player, on your podcast, and that there's been some weird tension, some back and forth between MJ and Pippen, why waste your time continue to ask questions about Michael Jordan? Pippen was not happy. He didn't seem very comfortable about it. Okay, now look, maybe there was some prep and he already knew these questions were gonna come, but it didn't seem that way. Okay. It seemed like Pippen just didn't want to really answer the question about Jordan. It seemed like Pippen was just doing his best to just kind of not really get into the whole Jordan stuff. And Patrick just kept digging and trying to find out, what did Jordan like for breakfast? What did he wear for pajamas at night? You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. And it was just very goofy, in my opinion, man. So one of the worst sports interviews I've seen in a while, man. Let me know what y'all think about it. If you've seen the interview, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.